Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Star Wars Wednesday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with Star Wars The Black Series from The Mandalorian, Imperial Armored Commando. Let's get into it! Let's begin with a look at the packaging. And here on the top, we've got nothing except a hook and some tape. No window or anything right there. On the front, Star Wars The Black Series. Nice big window showcasing the figure and the accessories. Number 42, Imperial Armored Commando from Star Wars The Mandalorian. Warning, don't stick things in your pie hole that do not belong there. 4 and up, assortment number. On this side, partial window here, stripe continuing around from the front upwards at an angle till it reaches right here, and then it straightens out and then goes around the back. On this side, some nice artwork of the Imperial Armored Commando. On the bottom, small print, fine print, legalese print, symbols I'm not going to learn, made in China print, and a barcode. On the back, Star Wars The Black Series, and then we've got a nice big piece of that same artwork from the side here. It says Imperial Armored Commando. The latest generation of Imperial Super Commandos are highly trained warriors protected by Beskar alloy, cast in the form of elite trooper armor. And then there it is again in some other languages. Again, he's number 42 in the Mandalorian subline. Attention, especially don't stick things in your French pie hole that do not belong there. Includes figure and 3 accessories. Warning, attention, Octoon. Don't stick things in any other language pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to baby, small, fine, legalese, made in China print, Disney print, Hasbro print. That, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories. And first up, we'll take a look at the accessories. And I do have handy dandy tweezers on standby if need be. So first up, we have his jetpack. It's got some ports in the bottom of it, so it's possible that the Boba Fett flame effects for the jetpack may fit there, the deluxe Boba Fett. And it's got some gray paint apps here, some black here, and then some other gray paint apps on it, and black here at the bottom. And some gray on these fins. At least it looks gray to me. I'm colorblind. Don't make fun of handicapped people. On the back side here, that paint app from the top there. It comes over to the side here just a little bit. And then the black here goes all the way around. The gray does cover both sides of the fin. And you can see it has the 2 tabs and a post and a kind of a port, or an open tab, open slot there, how it mounts on the figure, and we'll get to that in a minute. Then next up, here we have the handy dandy tweezers. Here's his rifle, molded in black plastic. Lots of molded detail in there as well, and a couple of paint apps as well. Silver right here, and then a band of silver right here as well, and that does go all the way around, it looks like. Well, at least it stops right here. So, very, very nice looking weapon. I don't know how well it compares up to the prop that they used. I didn't pay that much attention to it because I was looking at this guy going, wow, how cool is that, when he was on the show. He also comes with this blaster pistol. Again, molded in black plastic. Lots of nice molded detail. Paint app, silver paint app here at the end of the barrel, and then right here as well. And Goes on both sides and on the top as well. So, very cool looking piece. And I'm glad it's got a couple of paint hits on it. That's always nice to add to the detail. Now let's take a look at the figure himself. And I have to say, throughout this figure, there's some nice molded details, some glued on parts. It looks like this piece feels like an overlay. This might be an overlay as well, but it feels a little too sturdy for that, so I think this is a sculpted piece. This is definitely, it moves around a little bit, so this is definitely an overlay. Nice sculpted detail in the helmet along with some paint hits. Looks like it's molded in white plastic maybe, and then these paint hits here, the gray, the black, some black right above that gray, black stripe around the front of the head, black for the eyes, and down the front of the helmet, and then for the faux quarter pieces, I guess is what it is, filters, all that stuff too. And then looks like some black paint apps for these vents right here as well. Some white paint hit right there, and then another one here on the back. So nice sculpted detail, all the wrinkles and stuff here on the neck piece and in the arms. Nice molded detail on the overlay along with a couple of paint hits here and here. Here, not on this side though, because there's no vent on this side. And then here you can see where the jetpack goes in. This is a molded on piece. It's not glued on there. It's not an overlay or a separate piece or anything like that. And then it's got that white hit, and then it's got, it looks like red and gray. So that's nice. Nice molded detail here in the torso part. And if I didn't say before, paint app here and here as well, and over here. Same armband. Well, it's different. That patch is different. Same colors though. Then on the wrist gauntlet, you've got several paint apps on here. Looks really nice. And then same on this side as well. Different molded pieces, of course, and different paint apps, but still nice to have all those paint apps. Hand looks like it's molded in black plastic with a white paint app here on this armored piece. The belt and crotch are one piece, all molded in white plastic, it appears. Then we've got these armor pieces, which are molded in. They've got white on them. These knee pads, which feel, yes, these are definitely separate pieces glued on, molded in this white plastic. And then I want to say the boot tops are as well, but it's, yes, they're glued in there. I don't know if you can see in there real well through the camera, but it's a glued on piece too. Why they wouldn't, well, didn't really need that extra articulation there for a boot cut. So, and again, in the pants, nice molded details, all the wrinkles and stuff. So really, really cool looking dude overall. And does he have butterfly? Oh, he does have butterfly. Well, let's talk about the articulation a little bit, since I kind of jumped the gun there a little bit. So he can look up that high, and it looks like the head, neck, and torso are all three separate parts with a ball joint at the bottom of the neck, and more than likely a dumbbell at the top, because, yeah, I can see in there. I don't know if y'all can see in there or not through the camera. I can't see it through the camera, but there is a dumbbell up in there. He can look down that far. He's got some chicken neck. He's got waggle. He can do the full exorcist. At the shoulders, as I gave away a little bit before, he's got butterfly, goes back that far, goes forward that far. So not a great range of motion there. And you have to put his arm out a little bit because of this shoulder piece, but at the shoulder he will do a full 360-degree rotation, and he will raise his arm up approximately 90 degrees. It feels like it possibly could go more, but this shoulder piece is getting in the way. Single hinge and swivel at the elbow. Swivels around 360 degrees and gives you right at a 90-degree bend. The gauntlets, there's another rotation here at the gauntlet, so you can adjust those. That's nice. Then another rotation here at the wrist, and it's on an up and down hinge, and the other side is an up and down hinge as well, trigger finger hand also. So then we got a cut here at the torso, nothing at the waist though. So he gets all kinds of hula. He can lean back that far. He can crunch forward that far. He can lean left and right. He can do a full 360-degree rotation at that joint as well. No pull downs in the hips, so I haven't got there yet with Star Wars. He can give you that much of the splits at the hips, and it doesn't look like this holster piece is impeding the articulation any. They look to be about the same on both sides. If it is, it's very, very minimal. He can kick forward approximately 90 degrees backwards, a little over a step it looks like. And I thought there was a cut here in the upper thigh, but it's not. But the hips are on a little bit of a ball joint, so you get a little bit of rotation in there. Single hinge and swivel at the knee, swivels around 360 degrees and gives you, we'll go ahead and call that a 90-degree bend. So that's very nice. Again, no boot cut at the ankles. Come on, man. Tilts down that far. Tilts up that far, and I don't know if y'all could hear those detents. So not a whole lot up. And then forward facing pin for rocker. So that's very cool. And we were talking about the holster earlier. You can see it's got a strap there, and the strap's got a little peg on it. There's a little hole in there. The sidearm, if I can get it in there, fits in it nicely when the strap is out of the way, of course. It fits in there nicely. You can leave it unstrapped if you want. It's not too difficult to get in there. It fits in, the post fits in the hole pretty easily. So not like some where you have to struggle and stretch and all that good stuff a lot. As far as his rifle goes, there's no storage for that I'm aware of. So he just has to hold that in his hands. I guess he could hold it in just one. And then as far as the backpack goes, jetpack, you know, there's the slots and the ports, and there's the posts and the tabs, and you just line those up and give it a good squeeze. And there you have it, my friends. There's a look at the figure and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have Star Wars, the Black Series, The Mandalorian, Imperial Armored Commando. Next to his boss, Star Wars, the Black Series, The Mandalorian, Moff Gideon, and their enemy, Star Wars, the Black Series, The Book of Boba Fett, The Mandalorian, Glavis Ringworld, and one of the various Grogus. For our final set of comparisons, here we have Star Wars, the Black Series, The Mandalorian, Imperial Armored Commando, with from the Marvel Legends series making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee from G.I. Joe Classified series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. From Star Wars The Black Series, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper. And for a 7-inch scale comparison from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on Star Wars The Black Series, The Mandalorian Imperial Armored Commando, I have to say, I think this was a pretty cool dude in the show, or dudes, armor, in the show, and I enjoy the figure. It's cool looking, and my son made a point, it kind of takes you back to the Imperial Super Commandos that they had on Mandalore during Rebels. They kind of remind you of that as well. And I'm sure they probably built some of this trooper off of that one. And it wouldn't surprise me with Filoni being involved that he would, you know, base this look, you know, somewhat on that one at least. And so I think it's a really cool dude. The only real issue I have with this one is he doesn't really hold the rifle correctly when you're trying to like hold it up and have him shoot it like he's running, or you know, just an action pose, and it just doesn't, or at least I can't get it to look right to my satisfaction. And so there's that. That's my only real true negative on this guy. Other than that, you know, it's Black Series articulation, it's, you know, up to par on Black Series paint and sculpt. And I mean, the sculpt is really, really good, and the paint is probably lacking somewhere, but I like the look of it. Especially this dude. He's, you know, they're pretty much brand new, and they should be really super clean looking, which this is. But you know what? I mean, we saw the Muddy Stormtroopers in Solo: A Star Wars Story, but other than that, I don't believe I've ever seen a dirty Stormtrooper. So there is that. But this guy's cool. You know, I won't say it's a must-buy for anybody's collection. It, you know, if you're interested in, of course, pick it up. But, you know, if you're just not that interested in The Mandalorian, or if you're just not interested in Season 3 of The Mandalorian, which I can understand, you know, then this may be a pass for you. And that's okay, too. You know, just because they make a figure doesn't mean you have to put it in your collection. At least, yeah, that's my opinion. Your mileage, of course, may vary. You might fundamentally disagree with that on all levels, but I don't believe that people do. I'm very much for these days, you know, cherry picking and just getting the pieces that you want, or you feel that you want in your collection. You don't have to get everything. Being a completionist it sucks. I've been there. I've tried to do it. It's aggravating, and it never really satisfies you because there's always something that you miss. So as long as exclusives and stuff are either A, not hard to get, or B, something that everybody doesn't really need in their collection, then, you know, exclusive away. But, you know, if it's a mandatory piece for collections, then, you know, maybe don't make it an exclusive, or give it a special paint job, or, you know, something like that. But as far as this guy goes, you know, he's pretty standard Black Series fare, and, you know, it's okay. I like it. The look of it is cool, and it works pretty much like it's supposed to. So, well, that does it for the review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. If you are interested in supporting my channel further, I am now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page or check this video's description for the link and see if any membership offers are right for you, but only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more content or just help the channel grow, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.